Hi you guys, another quick video in my Samsung Galaxy S3 series. Just want to put a quick video up to YouTube to show you guys the sort of battery optimization that I've got on this particular handset and the sort of battery life I'm getting, and also the way I've got the screen set up and the general colours that help to get extra use and extra longevity out of your battery. As you can see, that's the lock screen. We'll get off the lock screen and you can see that I'm running Apex Launcher. You can probably check out my other videos to see how I've got it set up. But as you can see, the screen's predominantly black in colour. This helps optimise the battery because the black colour on AMOLED screens is actually the screen colour and it's not projected. It's not actually projected by a backlight to form any of the colours in the black. So the black is actually the dead screen. And the parts that are illuminated, the whites, the blues, the different colours are actually using battery to illuminate them. So anything really with a black background gives you more optimisation for your battery. So you can see that there's my home screen. All the general icons have been changed to a white colour on a black background. And a lot of the programs I'm using, basically if I go to weather, you can see the background on this particular weather program that I'm using is also a black background with the details in colour that's imprinted on the black background. So you can see actually on this screen now that the parts that will be actually using the battery are actually the icons on the screen and the writing that's in white. So all the black background is actually using no battery, and that's actually the black of the screen itself. So that's basically one way to get the optimization is to use blackish backgrounds as your wallpaper. Obviously pick one, there's various ones you can get on the internet, pick one that you like and use that. Other things I tend to use as well, if you notice, I'll go to my news feeds. There's an application on the Play Store called AppyGeek. If you use that application, you'll see as it loads up, again predominantly black backgrounds. A lot of applications tend to be this way. Even on the Galaxy Nexus, it tends to be black background in standard ice cream sandwich on the Nexus, and Jelly Bean as well. So you can see that the black backgrounds tend to be predominant throughout a few of the apps that I'm using on here. Taking a second to load in to the feeds. And as you can see, as the feeds load up, again white writing on a black background. So if we go back to the home screen again, press home again. Like I say, the Apex that I'm using, it's as fast and fluid as TouchWiz, but it's just my personal preference. I don't like TouchWiz. I prefer a more minimalistic UI, minimalistic icons. Same with the app drawer. If we go to the app drawer, you can see the transition zoom in and out, and I've got the wallpaper set the same, so it's transparent setting in Apex. So you can see all the settings are pretty much the same. Pretty black background, quite vivid, quite crisp, so you get a good resolution of all your icons that are on the screen. And what I will quickly show you, this particular phone now has not been on charge since yesterday morning. Most of the usage I'm going to show you in a minute was yesterday's usage. So basically it's been lying beside my bed overnight. All the radios are actually on. Wi-Fi, GPS and data, and obviously the mobile data connection are connected. So what you can see, if I try and get fairly close, you can see at the top it's still got 20% left, and we've got a time of 9 minutes past 10 in the morning. Right, and what I'll do, I'll pull the top menu down and we'll go into settings and we'll go down to battery use. Now you can see 20% discharging. I'll try and get that a bit nearer to the screen so we can zoom in a bit. 20% discharging, 1 day, 1 hour, 28 minutes on battery. So we're getting up to 25 hours on battery there. Cell standby, if we go into that one, we can see that cell standby, time without a signal on the actual phone. I'm in a pretty bad area for signal, but the Wi-Fi is permanently on. Time without a signal about 51%, so half the time it's not receiving a signal. As you can see at the top bar, Wi-Fi is on, and the signal next to it's pretty sporadic where we are actually. If we go back out of that and we'll go to screen time. This is basically the screen time I've used yesterday, more or less. It's not a vast amount of screen time, but it's not insignificant as well. It's 2 hours 17 minutes, so that's based on general browsing, YouTube, a bit of music, general messaging using WhatsApp and whatever. So you can see that's 2 hours 17 minutes. It's enough for a day for normal use, unless you're going to sit playing games all day. So as you can see, we're still on 20% at the top. Let's see if we can get some of the data up. We'll go back again. Android systems used about 10%. Generally, cell standby that I just showed you. Android system. And generally, you can see the other bits and bobs down the list have used a quite small amount of data. So that's a quick overview of the optimization on the Samsung Galaxy S3, using general blacks as your backgrounds and obtaining a much higher level of battery output. Now, it's not consistent on the Samsung Galaxy S3, it's all dependent on different variants. Signal, obviously, if you take your Wi-Fi off, you're going to get much longer stats than this, but my Wi-Fi's been constantly on. Data connections, as they jump up and down, that can decrease your battery. So saying that it's 50% of the time that this hasn't had a signal, that 50% of the time it's obviously been searching to get a signal, so that tends to drain your battery a little bit. What I found as well, because obviously we live in Spain and it's a hot climate, when the weather tends to be hotter, I find that the cell battery drains a lot quicker. So in a really hot day, i.e. over 35 degrees, I might get on average 14-15 hours with 2 or 3 hours screen time. But that's just dependent on how warm the phone is at any one given time. Normal temperatures, like today, you can see on the front there, we've got 24 degrees at the moment, it's slightly cloudy. These sort of temperatures, which are normal optimum temperatures that you would have at room temperature in your house anyway, tend to give really, really good longevity to your battery and good results. So this is just a few tips. One of the tips, obviously, I use is Apex Launcher out of personal preference. It's set as my default launcher. I can go into settings and unset it and go back to TouchWiz. So they're both on the phone. You can use either. Phone doesn't have to be rooted. It's fairly standard. I've got other videos out on YouTube showing you Apex Launcher. There's a video 1 and 2 showing you how to set this phone up, so you can check them out. And if you'd like to leave comments or feedback, leave them in the comment boxes below. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll get more videos out to you in the near future. Thanks for watching.